Hello, my name is Utkarsh, and we are on this channel Hypothesize It. And the main goal of this channel is to follow through with hypotheses uh, that might or might not be true, but we go with the flow. Okay, in last video, I was talking about hypothesizing that this universe was made by a god, and the god took decision on how the world should appear and by what laws should it function. But on the contrary, I was wondering if an omnipotent god could have created it otherwise, and it could have been anything, any way he wanted to make it work. It could have worked. So it could have worked without us wanting food. It if so okay, let me clarify what I wanted to speak yesterday in the last video, and then we'll move forward to why I suppose there's a need of the mirror. Mm, so let's hypothesize that God could have created this world without discomfort or disease or any sort of bad thing that we generally perceive. Let's imagine a world without disease first. If there are no diseases, there's no way for the body to feel any discomfort or die. Would there be a concept? Would there be the concept of death? And by concept, I mean, would there exist death? Would death exist at all? Like, imagine we end up curing all the diseases that we die from. Would we become immortal? Okay, so now, not just that, let's say we are also getting rid of evil and discomfort also. So, there's no discomfort. You don't need to eat because hunger might be uncomfortable, and you don't need to sleep because there's no getting tired. So and an omnipotent god could have created world like that. It would mean we don't need to farm or anything. And now what we're talking about is probably we don't need, we wouldn't need a body in that case. Maybe just eyes to perceive things, and you know and consciousness, or if consciousness could just see without the need of eyes, an omnipotent god could have done that. Now there would be two scenarios. I'm vastly, I'm taking a big leap here because my mind's going, if there are eyes, I would need some sort of organ to think and some sort of organ to walk, which would be legs, brains, and eyes. Now the biggest query to it, biggest opposition to it would be, oh, how would you get the energy to do anything? But since we are hypothesizing it, God could have created a world where energy didn't need transferring. Now I'm breaking a lot of rules of science and whatnot, but let's just keep going with this. So for that instance, let's say consciousness doesn't need anything, any sort of eye or organ to perceive anything, but it can perceive. Now the question is, do we still get a universe to perceive things? Do we still get a plane to live on, a night sky full of stars? Do we need them? I mean, what use would it be for life form if God created us being the main center stage of this whole thing? I don't know if that was grammatically right, but yeah, I think you'd get what I'm trying to say. So let's say consciousness needs some content out there as a stimulus. Is it absolutely necessary for consciousness to perceive something, to see something, to observe something? Or could consciousness just exist on its own? So that is where the question of a mirror comes to me. Why did consciousness needed the plane, the reality, the simulation that we live in? Why are we perceiving things? Why perception at all? And so could consciousness just live on its own if there was nothing at all, and just consciousness? No space, no stars, no reality, or some sort of reality, some different kind of version of reality where just consciousness exists. Would we still be individuals, or would we still be separate, or would this be as they say, a collective consciousness? Now obviously we don't know the answer to it. It's a big question mark there. So but at least for now, my hypothesis on it is it would be really maddening for us to understand it, because even when we dive into these deeper questions, or we look into space in some sort of depth, it's quite chaotic. It's quite hard to understand things when we look deeper into reality or consciousness itself. It's quite confusing. It's very dark. So probably it needed some sort of manifestation of reality which can distract it at some times and ground it sometimes, but also show something back. I don't know why dogs just start barking in every one of my videos. I think it's very hard to get these dogs to stop. I'm just gonna shush this one and come back. I'll continue this video from there. I think it's done. So anyway, so that being said, for now I'm assuming, and probably this is the first hypothesis I'll just unfold on this channel, that maybe everything has a symbolic meaning, or it doesn't. But for now, if we assume that and we try to break it down, we come across certain forms that are evident, certain forms that are existing. Just like in one of my videos I said, there are parents, and without parents, a masculine and a feminine, we cannot come into existence. And that's a form, so there's some sort of a constant, and then there are the variables of it. So you do get a mom and a dad to come into existence, but then how your mom dad are going to behave and what's going to be your story could be completely different. That's the variable side of it. And other forms of constant, or the form I'm talking about is, it could be breathing, it could be seeing, it could be hearing. It's a way the universe works, existence of math. All of these things do exist. So there's some sort of form into it, and all of that for now I'm considering to be a reflection, a mirror, and both at the same time, because a lot of times things are objective, a lot of times things are subjective. And subjective meaning, we put the meaning into things, and hence the perception of those things vary for our experience, and the objective things that thing remains the same. What I mean to say by it is, the objective reality that represents something in itself, some sort of meaning in itself, and then the meaning that we put into the same thing is changing it a little bit, and hence the reflection, the mirror. I'll probably try to find some examples, notes some examples down, and try to talk about that in some future video. But I guess for now, that is what I meant by the mirror. And when we are elaborating on the symbolic ideologies or symbolic meaning of things, I'm going to be taking this as the basis of it and unfold it. And also know this, that we can change this entire thing up in the future. And as I read, if somebody comments and I start getting interactions and some arguments against this, I would try to incorporate that as a hypothesis on this channel, because I'm not fixated on anything. I'm just a guy who's trying to wonder. Anyway, today is it. This is about it for this topic. I'll carry on with the symbol thingy in the next one. See you guys.